In today's global landscape, economic sanctions are increasingly becoming a tool wielded by powerful nations, notably the United States, to exert political and economic pressure. While sanctions are meant to isolate targeted countries, a surprising twist has emerged. China has stepped in, offering vital support and solidarity to these nations. Far from simply defying sanctions, China is shining a beacon of hope, helping sanctioned nations navigate through economic storms. Economic lifelines. Amid sanctions. Take Russia as a prime example. Following extensive US and EU sanctions due to the Ukraine conflict, Russia faced potential economic isolation. Yet rather than collapsing under pressure, Russia found a reliable partner in China. In 2023, bilateral trade surged to a record $240 billion, marking a 26% increase despite sanctions. China stepped up massively, buying discounted Russian oil, becoming Russia's largest crude importer, and stabilizing the Russian economy when few others dared to engage. Similarly, Iran has experienced a lifeline from China, particularly since the US reinstated harsh sanctions in 2018. China continues to buy substantial amounts of Iranian oil through indirect channels, often creatively labeled to bypass US scrutiny. By 2023, China was importing about 1 million barrels per day from Iran, providing Tehran crucial revenue to maintain economic stability. Even North Korea, heavily isolated by global sanctions, survives economically largely due to China. Over 98% of North Korea's foreign trade is with China, ensuring the flow of food, fuel, and essential goods that keep the country afloat. China's economic support quietly sustains daily life for millions of North Koreans, buffering the harsh effects of international isolation. Innovative financial solutions. But China's role extends beyond mere trade. Beijing has pioneered innovative financial solutions, creating alternative payment networks and promoting its currency, the yuan, to help sanctioned nations bypass the dollar-dominated financial system. Russia now conducts more than half of its trade with China in yuan, shielding transactions from US interference. China's cross-border interbank payment system, CIPS, an alternative to the Western SWIFT network, is also increasingly popular among sanctioned countries. CIPS allows smoother, sanction-resistant transactions, offering nations like Iran, Russia, and Venezuela a critical lifeline to the international economy, free from US financial oversight. A strong diplomatic shield. Beyond economics, China provides powerful diplomatic support in international forums like the United Nations. Beijing consistently advocates against unilateral sanctions, emphasizing dialogue over isolation. For instance, China frequently uses its Security Council veto power to protect allies like North Korea and Syria from further sanctions, arguing these measures worsen humanitarian crises rather than resolving conflicts. Moreover, China's leadership in BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, has opened doors for sanctioned states. With China's backing, Iran joined BRICS in 2024, accessing new avenues of trade and finance. Similarly, Venezuela is exploring closer ties with BRICS, illustrating China's commitment to providing diplomatic and economic platforms to nations marginalized by the West. Military and technological cooperation. While cautious to avoid outright violations of international arms embargoes, China still finds ways to support its sanctioned partners militarily and technologically. Beijing facilitates crucial dual-use technologies, electronics, microchips, and drone components, to countries like Russia, indirectly sustaining their defense industries. For instance, during Russia's intense conflict in Ukraine, China emerged as a primary supplier of high-tech components critical to Russian weaponry. China also engages sanctioned states through joint military exercises, boosting their defensive capabilities and international standing. Naval drills involving Russia, China, and Iran have become routine, symbolizing strategic unity and mutual resilience against external pressures. Additionally, China has exported surveillance and security technologies to governments like Iran and Venezuela, enhancing their internal stability and providing tools to maintain sovereignty amid external pressures. The rise of a multipolar world. China's steadfast support for sanctioned nations is not merely altruistic. It's part of a broader vision of a multipolar world where no single nation dictates global policy. This vision resonates with many developing countries tired of unilateral Western dominance. By providing sanctioned states with economic alternatives, financial independence, and political support, China is reshaping global power dynamics. In doing so, China challenges the effectiveness of U.S. sanctions, signaling that nations need not buckle under economic pressure if viable alternatives exist. The steady flow of trade, financial cooperation, diplomatic advocacy, and technological support from China means sanctioned countries can remain resilient and stable despite intense external pressures. Conclusion: a light in the storm. Through its proactive and multifaceted support, China is offering nations targeted by U.S. sanctions something more than economic relief. It's offering dignity, stability, and hope. Rather than isolating and weakening these countries, China's approach aims to integrate and empower them, contributing to a more balanced global order. In an era dominated by sanctions and economic warfare, China's role shines brightly, illuminating alternative paths of cooperation and mutual growth. To countries feeling cornered by sanctions, China's message is clear and reassuring: you are not alone.